Welcome back. This will be a two-parter. Now to give out the game balls for the Thursday night game from last week. Dak Prescott, this is for the Cowboys. The Cowboys get the game balls. Dak Prescott, 26 of 40 carries and attempts, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 89 yards. And did not have a touchdown. Tony Pollard, 7 attempts, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. And that was the Thursday night game. Now here are the finals from the early games from Week 13 that were on Sunday, December 5th. The Indianapolis Colts shut out the Houston Texans 31-0 at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. This was basically a one-sided game, and the Colts just had it from the get-go. And it was all Colts in that one. So there's not much to talk about with that one. The Detroit Lions are no longer winless. They get their first win of the season at the hands of the Minnesota Vikings. And they beat them 29-27 at Ford Field in Detroit. And Jared Goff will get the game ball for that one. The Miami Dolphins beat the New York Giants 20-9 at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And the Giants, they just couldn't do much right. They had to settle for a touchdown and a field goal. And they had a missed extra point that got missed. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers all over. And that Dallas Cowboys game, I forgot to tell you, that was a Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, not Atlanta. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were all over the Atlanta Falcons, 30-17 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Excuse me. It was Tom Brady and the Bucs from the get-go through this game. And Brady gets the game ball in this one, and Leonard Ferrante as well. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the New York Jets 33-18 at MetLife Stadium in New York, in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And Jalen Hurts gets the game ball for that one. And Jets had chances, but they just could not take advantage of them. The Arizona Cardinals beat the Chicago Bears 33-22 at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. And Kyler Murray gets the game ball for that one, and Devontae Harris as well. The LA Chargers beat the Cincinnati Bengals 41-22 at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And with the Bengals losing to the Chargers, this helps the Browns out in the AFC North standings. So this was something that was good news for the Browns. And I got to give it to Justin Herbert, the game ball. And the LA Rams all over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 37-7. This was another game that was just one-sided, and the Rams had it from the get-go. And the Washington Redskins beat the LA Raiders beat the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, 17-15. And this was Raiders had a chance, but Washington kicked the game-winning field goal in the end and got the win. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, beat the Baltimore Ravens by 1, 20-19 at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. This is another one that's good news for the Browns, with the Ravens losing. So this really helps the Browns out. And the Ravens had chances, and they struggled offensively and defensively in this one. So Ben Roethlisberger gets the game ball in this one. And Antonio Brown as well. The Seattle Seahawks beat the San Francisco 49ers and their losing skid, and they get the win 30-23. And Russell Wilson gets the game ball, and 49ers had a chance, but they just couldn't take advantage of it. In the Sunday night game, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Denver Broncos 22-9 at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. This is another one that was one-sided, and Chiefs had this one from the get-go as well. And that was the Sunday Night Football game. Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Tyreek Hill get the game balls. And the New England Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills at Bills Stadium in Buffalo, New York, 14-10 last night on Monday Night Football. And Buffalo they had opportunities and they just could not take advantage of them. And they struggled offensively and defensively. And Mac Jones gets the game ball. 2 of 3 carries and attempts, 19 yards, but no touchdowns. And no interceptions. I think it's Damian Harris. Yes, Damian Harris. 111 yards, 10 attempts, 1 touchdown. And Jonnu Smith, 1 reception, 12 yards, and no touchdowns. And Buffalo just struggled, but New England, it was low scoring, but they got the win in the end. So, and Carolina, Green Bay, and Tennessee were also on bye weeks. And right now, we're going to look ahead to Week 14, which will kick off Thursday night. The Pittsburgh Steelers will play the Minnesota Vikings. And that will be at Minnesota at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. And if Pittsburgh loses this game, this will also be good news for the Browns as well. Well, that'll be the Thursday night game. The Atlanta Falcons will travel to Bank of America Stadium in Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Browns have a rematch with the Baltimore Ravens at First Energy Stadium this Sunday. That's another one of the early games. The Seattle Seahawks will travel to NRG Stadium in Houston to take on the Texans. The Las Vegas Raiders will travel to Arrowhead Stadium to take on their arch rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. The New Orleans Saints will try to snap their losing skid, their 5-game losing skid, and they will travel to East Rutherford. They will travel to MetLife Stadium, in East Rutherford, New Jersey, to take on the New York Jets. The Jacksonville Jaguars will travel to Nissan Stadium in Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. And those are the late games and the early games, Now in the late games, there's one more early game. The Dallas Cowboys will travel to FedEx Stadium in Washington to take on the Washington football team. Now in the late games, the Detroit Lions, who got their first win of the season last week, will travel to Denver to Mile High to face the Denver Broncos. The New York Giants will travel to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, and they will take on the Los Angeles Chargers. The San Francisco 49ers will travel to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Buffalo Bills will travel to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida to take on the Buccaneers, Brady and the Bucks. Sunday Night Football. The Chicago Bears will travel to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay and to take on the Green Bay Packers in a legendary meeting, classic meeting. It's a classic matchup on Sunday Night Football. And wrapping up Week 13, Monday Night Football. And the Los Angeles Rams will travel to University of Phoenix Stadium to take on the Arizona Cardinals. They will travel to Arizona for that game. And the Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and the Philadelphia Eagles are on a bye week. So that wraps up Week 13. And that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFL Week 13 recap show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show to kick off Week 14 before the Steelers-Vikings game. and the post-game show after the game has concluded between the Steelers and Vikings. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.